Just wanted to show some experiments of what I did earlier this morning, trying to make a yeast bread. I didn't really care so much if it rose. I just really wanted some yeast flavor added to it, and a quick enough breakfast bread for a Sunday morning. So these are primarily hazelnut meal. I don't think I'd do that again. I had it and I figured, hey, for an experiment I'll try it. I definitely would go with the coconut flour in the future, or almond flour or some mix. But they did brown quite nicely. Cooked it on a silk pad at 400 degrees, and I just kind of rolled these out into, shaped them into logs, and then curled them around to make donuts. I figured a hole in the middle would help their baking, because if anything, that's been one problem I've had with keto baking, is it's just so darn wet and takes a long time to bake. But I really like these. My husband says they look like dog biscuits, but that's okay, they're not for him. And so I made one that I kept kind of plain, so it's hazelnut flour, egg mixed with sour cream. I put the yeast in almond milk and just had that start bubbling away as I got the rest of the recipe going, and that worked really well. I was surprised the instant yeast activated very nicely in the almond milk, and had that nice yeasty smell going in. There wasn't a lot of yeasty flavor to them, but I think certainly a hint of it, and I think it will come out more with different flours. So let me see, what else did I put in? Some salt, a little bit of coconut flour, a little bit of ground flaxseed, so just that recipe. I sprinkled those with some chia seeds, so I would recognize that those were the plain. And then the other half of the batch, and I got 8 total, and I ate 2 of them this morning with some bacon, and it was more than enough. A little tummy upset, I think, because of the gas. Oh yes, and some baking soda and some baking powder, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon of each of those. These I mixed a healthy dose of apple pie spice mix into them, and a little stevia, and both were quite nice. Had a slather of butter on them, and like I said, a couple slices of bacon, a nice cup of coffee. And found it quite satisfying and very, very filling. So I will check back later. I got my keto seed crackers in the oven now at 300 fan. A little 300 fan, that phrase I picked up from the baking show, the British baking show. And on the lowest rack, which is as per instruction. And we'll see how those come back. I'll check back in 45 minutes or so. All right, bye-bye.